Okay, good morning. Welcome to
MathForKids number 182.
MathForKids number 182. We're going to continue our series on decimals, and today we're going to talk about multiplying decimals. Okay? So there's a lot of different ways to approach this, so we're just going to approach it through a couple of examples. Alright, so the first one is, let's do, how would you multiply 21 times 16? What would you do to do that multiplication?
I would do 20 times 10.
Okay, which is what?
200.
200.
I would do 10 times 10. No, 1 times 10, which is 10.
Okay.
Then 6 times 20. 6 times 20 is 120.
Okay.
And then 6 times 1 is 6.
Alright, and what does this add up to?
This adds up to 336.
Okay, so 21 times 16 is 336. Alright, so we know how to do that. But what if I gave you a totally different problem? Totally different than anything you've ever seen before. 2.1 times 1.6.
I do 2.
Okay, wait. Whoa. Before you just jump into it. You've never seen this before, ever in your whole life, right? What is this going to be in between? Let's estimate it. This is going to be, what's an estimate that would be a little bit low?
Well, 2 times 1.
2 times 1 is too low.
And then 3 times 2
Is what?
is too high.
Okay, so this porridge is too cold, and this porridge is too high, too hot. Right, so we know the answer is going to be somewhere in between 2 and 6, right? So that can be important that can be helpful on decimals. Okay, so what would you do here?
I do 2 times 1.
Okay, 2 times 1, which is
2.
2.
And then 2 times 6. And 2 times 0.6
2 times 0.6.
is 1.2.
1.2.
And 0.1 times 1 is 0.1.
0.1 times 1 is 0.1. Okay.
And 0.1 times 0.6 is 0.06.
0.06. Okay. And now what does this add up to?
And this sums up to be 3.36.
Okay, and that's in between 2 and 6, right?
Yep.
So that gives us a helpful way to look at it. If we had made misplaced the decimal point, and we said the answer was 33.6, we could have used our little estimate in the beginning to know that 33.6 can't be right.
Yeah.
Right? Or if we had moved it the other way and said it was 0.336. Okay? So 21 times 16 was 336. 2.1 times 1.6 was 3.36. Everything's basically the same, multiplying decimals. But we did have this interesting one that 0.1 times 0.6 was 0.06. So let's take a look at that. Why is 0.1 times 0.6 equals 0.06? Let's see if we can figure out why that's true. Okay, do you remember, what does 0.1 mean?
It's 1/10.
Okay, it means 1 times 1/10, because 4,864.791, this is the thousands, the hundreds, the tens, the ones, and the 1/10ths, right?
Yeah.
So this is the 1/10th decimal point. So this is 1 times 1/10, and what is 0.6?
0.6 is 6/10.
Which
6 times a 10th.
Which is 6 times a 10th. Okay, so we have 1 times a 10th times 6 times a 10th, and what we can multiply the 1/10ths together, and what do we get?
A 10 times a 10th is a 100th.
Okay, so we left with 1 times 6 times 1/100th.
1 times 6 is just 6.
So you get 6 times 1/100th.
Which in decimal is 0.6. 0.06.
0.06. Okay. So that helps us keep track of the decimals. One last one. We'll do something like that. What would 0.03 times 0.9 be? And let's write out what is 0.03.
It's 3 times 1/100th.
3 times 1/100th times
9 times 1/10.
9 times 1/10. Okay.
So 1/100th times 1/10 is 1/1000th.
Okay, so we're going to get something times 1/1000.
3 times 9 is 27.
27. So what is 27 times 1/1000?
It's 0.027.
0.027. Okay. So we know we know we have a 3 times a 9, so we're going to have a 27. And the question is, where is that 27? And so we just have to figure out where the decimal points are, right?
Yep.
Now, another way we could have thought about this is 0.03 times 0.9 is going to be pretty close to 0.03 times 1, right?
Yep.
So the answer here should look pretty close to 0.03. Is 0.027 pretty close to 0.3?
Yep.
Okay. It's 27/1000, which is 0.027. Okay, good job. Maybe we'll do another multiplying decimals tomorrow, just for a little bit more practice. And then we got to do dividing decimals, and then maybe talk a little bit about other fractions as decimals. Should be a good week. Good job today, honey.